Well, Israel is reported to have fired rockets into Gaza, and well, this also means that a 3-day ceasefire in the region has come to an end without an agreement to extend it. More than 18 rockets were fired at Israel after the 72-hour ceasefire also expired at 8 a.m. on Friday. The Israel Defense Forces so far seem to be reporting that. And 2 of the rockets were intercepted, 14 hit open areas, and 2 came down in Gaza. And Hamas, the Islamic militant group that holds power in Gaza, said that the Palestinian officials at talks in Cairo had not agreed to extend the truce, but would continue the negotiations. And so far, we've had the rockets also being, some reprisal rockets also being fired from Gaza into Israel. And so that's what it means. It means that the truce in itself has ended. A group calling itself here in Ghana, that is Ghana in Solidarity with Humanity, is holding a march here in Accra, Ghana's capital, to solidarize with the people of Gaza following these incidents by Israel and those reprisal attacks by the Palestinians. And Palestinian officials say at least 1,875 people have so far been killed since Israel launched Operation Protective Edge on July 8th. The aim was to halt rocket fire for militants in Gaza and also destroy the network of tunnels it said were used by militants to launch attacks inside Israel. The UN says so far we've had 1,354 of those who died being civilians, including 415 children and 214 women. Well, I have here with me Mohammed Legacy, a spokesperson with Ghana in Solidarity with Humanity, and he is a human rights activist. Thanks for joining me this morning.
Welcome.
Far away, several kilometers away, thousands of kilometers away, somewhere between Israel and Palestine, we're having this bombardment into Gaza, etc. What's your business now?
Before I start, good morning to your viewers.
Morning.
These are the questions everybody wants to know.
Why in Ghana?
Ghana, and want to talk about Gaza far away. The fact that the name even suggests Ghana in Solidarity with Humanity. Basically, we are into human issues. And if you bear with me, now currently in Gaza or the Middle East, human life is at stake. The incessant killing of children and women is what we want to talk about. We are not much interested in knowing or diving into who caused what and the blame games. No. Basically, we are standing for the human lives that are at stake in Gaza. Basically, that's
now, especially when we're told that a lot more women have and children have died, and many of those rockets or bombs, especially from Israel, have targeted schools that were said to have been under UN control. Even though the Israel Defense Forces have come out to defend themselves, then you should say then that is unfair.
That is unfair, yeah. Basically, that's unfair. And the demonstrations coming on today, some of the pertinent issues we've touched or probably want to talk about is the human rights issues, as I said. And the issue of Gaza throwing bombs to Israel, or Israel, is not a matter here. The issue of the children and women, as indicated, is what we are talking about. And we have a comprehensive petition that we've petitioned His Excellency John Dramani Mahama. We've also sent a copy to the Palestinian embassy, the Israel embassy as well. All the stakeholders involved that we think they can add their voice to bring peace in the Middle East. That's what basically we are doing.
Now, Mohammed, is interesting, this sort of solidarity. I think it's not the first time it will be here in Ghana or in other countries that seem to be having some level of empathy or sympathy towards Palestine, so to speak. But when it comes to the subject of the Palestinian-Israeli war, is a more historical perspective that also needs to be adequately looked at. Do you think that by your actions, perhaps any of the sides would also tend to listen?
Roland, the fact is, some of us were born to inherit this issue. You understand? I don't want to dive much into how it started. It depends on where you stand. And that wouldn't solve any problem. But the essence here is for us to also add our voice to the international world, as you know, Belgium, Chicago, everywhere. There's this solidarity march that people are really embarking on to add their voice or probably push the international world to expedite resolutions and other meetings so that the issues in Gaza will go to death. That's what we are doing. So the issue of visiting the historical antecedent of how everything started is not our concern as a pressure group. We are not much into that.
Okay, so at the end of the day, where are you going to march from where, and where are you ending it? We
are starting from Obra Sports at Kwame Nkrumah Circle. We march through the TUC Park, but we are going to converge at Accra House of Folk Training Grounds, where the representative of the stakeholders we've invited will come and pick a copy of the petition.
It's interesting how you mentioned it. How do you get people to come to your Obra Sports and take the match with you?
Yes. Before that, I was even supposed to introduce the group to you. Ghana in Solidarity with Humanity actually is a civic society group primarily made up of Ghanaians. Ghanaians with a common sentiment. I'm using the word sentiment here because it's quite surprising when we wanted to form this group. And we didn't target Gaza. We just wanted to address humanitarian issues. And after the formation of the group, the most topical issue or humanitarian crisis currently going on
the Israel-Gaza issue.
So we thought it very prudent to register our displeasure regards to that, so that afterwards we also tackle the other humanitarian issues.
And talking about humanitarian issues, for example, in Nigeria, we still have the young girls who were abducted by the Islamist militant group Boko Haram, still outstanding, still not found.
Yeah, from today March,
all these will be addressed.
All these things will be addressed. We just dive into any humanitarian issue at all.
Okay, so you march from where?
Obra Sports, straight to the TUC, down to Accra House of Folk Training Grounds.
And then you present petitions to...
Yeah, we are going to petition His Excellency John Dramani Mahama. As we are aware, ECO is a very serious member of the ECOWAS. For that matter, a chairman, if I stand for correction.
No, he is.
Yes. And again, we think it has a very big role to play. And we also petitioned National Peace Council. We've petitioned the Palestinian Embassy and the Israel Embassy. Yes. And we want to play that kind of fair game. Yeah.
I was asking you how you were able to get people, or you have been able to get people to the grounds.
Fine.
The starting grounds.
The starting grounds. Okay.
At Obra Sports.
Obra Sports. For now, it's countrywide. Yes. As at yesterday, I received a call. Tamale people are coming in. Takrady. It all started on the social media, Facebook specifically, and the first day we put that idea on Facebook, it was overwhelming. The number of people who were like, they are interested. They were interested in it, and it's just, that's how it started. So what do you want to do about it? Okay, we have this group already existing. So we think it's prudent for us now to also go on air or probably on radio stations or any other means of registering our displeasure.
But so you need some form of financial assistance to be able to print t-shirts and do the marches. How do you hope to raise funding?
Yeah, surprisingly, it's just a contribution from individuals, the members. Yeah, they are passionate about it and they don't care financing anything.
All right. Thanks for passing through the studio. Mohammed Legacy is a leading member of Ghana in Solidarity with Humanity. Is a human
spokesperson.
Okay, he is a spokesperson actually. It is a human rights pressure group here in Ghana, and what they're doing this morning is massing up a lot more of their members as well as members of the public to the Obra Sport, and from there they'll be marching through some principal areas in Accra, and ultimately they will finally converge at the training grounds of Accra House of Folk, Ghana's Premier League club based in Accra, and then they'll go onwards to go and present their petition to the Israeli embassy here in Accra as well as the Palestinian embassy, all in Ghana's capital. We're taking a break. When we come back, we're talking relationship, the subject of divorce, and Reverend Dr. Kisiedu will be here with me in the studio.